gathering music tonight is by the vocal duo Ma Muse, and it speaks about the river, but because I live in Hawaii, I always think of the ocean, which is my safe place and where I go to be held and lifted up. So I thought I'd share that with you. The words will be on the screen. If you know it, you're welcome to join in. Every time I feel this way, this old familiar singing, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. I'm gonna let myself be lifted by and by. I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. It's been said, and I do believe, as you ask, so shall you receive. So take from me these troubles, bring me sweet release, where the river will never run dry. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. I'm gonna let myself be lifted by and by. I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. There is a river in this heart of hearts, with the knowingness of my highest good. I am willing, I will do my part, where the river will never run dry. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. I'm gonna let myself be lifted by and by. I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. Where the river will never run dry. This river will never run dry. Aloha, and welcome to First Unitarian Church of Honolulu. Thank you for coming to our Blue Christmas service, a time to take a break from the busyness of the holiday season and hold the emotions of grief, sadness, and feelings that resist description. We are glad you are with us this evening. Come, let us worship together.
We light our chalice this evening, symbol of our free faith, with the words of the Reverend Carrie Kopnick. She writes, "The sound of rain, not cheerful songs, a quiet rocking chair, not traditions of the season, the early sunset, not dancing light, loss, tender heart, hollow soul, heavy days. Grief is welcome. a sacred part of the mourning, of the bereft, of the weeping. Amidst the celebrating, this too belongs. This too is holy. It binds us to our ancestors, the earth, the stars, yet still, a steaming mug of tea warms the belly. The dog wags its tail, and the cat purrs. There are laughter and tears, sometimes both, beside the joy this too belongs. Sharing human suffering is connection. Hearts like stone are held by all that is, grief and light intertwined. This too belongs, the sound of rain, not cheerful songs, a quiet rocking chair, not traditions of the season. The early sunset, not dancing lights, loss, tender heart, hollow soul, heavy days. Grief is welcome, a sacred part of the mourning, the bereft, of the weeping, amidst the celebrating. This too belongs. This too is holy. It binds us to our ancestors, the earth, the stars. Yet still, a steaming mug of tea warms the belly. The dog wags its tail, and the cat purrs. There are laughter and tears, sometimes both, beside the joy. This too belongs. Sharing human suffering is connection. Hearts like stone are held by all that is, grief and light intertwined. This too belongs. Please remain seated for our next hymn, number 1002, 1002, Comfort Me.
Come, am I done the right key? Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort
have a responsive reading, and whenever you hear the phrase, "This season brings forth many feelings," I invite you to respond. We find comfort in naming these feelings. We find some peace in being together. Let's try it. This season brings forth many feelings. We find comfort in naming these feelings. We find some peace in being together. All around us are bright lights and merry messages, yet in our heart, not all is joyful. There is grief with loss of relationships, those we love no longer with us because of death, those we have loved who are estranged from us, those we love yet experience a diminishment of intimacy. There is grief with the loss and change of relationship, grief bittersweet, for it is the consequence of the presence of love. This season brings forth many feelings. We find comfort in naming these feelings. We find some peace in being together. All around us are bright lights and merry messages, yet in our heart, not all is joyful. There may be pain in our bodies, physical pain as a natural outcome of aging, physical pain that presents itself as illness, pain in the body that forces us to change and imposes limitations, pain bittersweet, for physical experience includes both pain and pleasure. This season brings forth many feelings. We find comfort in naming these feelings. We find some peace in being together. All around us are bright lights and merry messages, yet in our heart not all is joyful. There may be anger and regret with the memories we hold, regret of our own actions that may have caused us to hurt others, anger that life has not turned out as we imagined, regret for what we might have said or done, anger and regret bittersweet in presenting the possibility for healing and forgiveness. This season brings forth many feelings. We find comfort in naming these feelings. We find some peace in being together. All around us are bright lights and merry messages, yet in our heart not all is joyful. There may be uncertainty that accompanies transition and change, uncertainty of what the future may bring with changes, uncertainty of direction or purpose after retirement or change of vocation, uncertainty when changing residence by choice or necessity, uncertainty bittersweet for change, a constant in life, lets us know we are alive, and change along with this season brings forth many feelings. We find comfort in naming these feelings. We find some peace in being together. All around us are bright lights and merry messages, yet in our heart not all is joyful. There may be a sense of hopelessness, hopelessness in the face of so much violence, so much suffering. Hopelessness with attempts to heal our aching world and ourselves. Hopelessness in witnessing what we have not managed to accomplish. Hopelessness, bittersweet, for its longing reminds us of our capacity for hope and the human spirit's tenacity and courage that rests deep within each of us. This season brings forth many feelings. We find comfort in naming these feelings. We find some peace in being together. All around us are bright lights and merry messages, yet in our hearts, not all is joyful. There is loneliness. Loneliness when we find ourselves alone after being long partnered. Loneliness when we are separated from loved ones. Loneliness when we move to a new community and struggle to find our way. Loneliness that never seems filled even with good company. Loneliness that is an ever-present aching in the heart. Loneliness, bittersweet, for it is felt only when we have known connectedness. And this season brings forth many feelings. We find comfort in naming these feelings. We find some peace in being together. All around us are bright lights and merry messages, yet in our heart not all is joyful. We know grief and pain. We know anger and regret. We know hopelessness and loneliness. We know all these feelings. We name them. We live them, for such is the human experience. That love presents us with the possibility of being hurt, with the grief of loss. That connection holds the potential of loneliness and uncertainty. That forgiveness can begin to heal anger and regret. That being alive is a courageous act in which we engage all of our emotions. And this season brings forth many feelings. Find comfort in naming these feelings. We find some peace in being together.
It's here where our pieces fall in place. Any rain softly kisses us on the face. Anywhere means we're running. We can sleep and see 'em coming. Where we drift and call it dreaming. We can weep and call it singing. Where we pray when our hearts are strong enough. chance to say before we ease away, for all the love you've left behind, you can have mine.
During this ritual, during this ritual, oh, I go on camera first. How about translator? I turned off the translator. It's always fun this way. I'm glad you're all here. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Wonderful. During this ritual, we will light 4 candles. We will light the first candle to remember those we have loved and lost. Often, even if we've adjusted to the loss of someone near to us, the holidays are a rude and painful reminder that not all of our loved ones can gather close to us. The loss of these friends or family members can be more keenly felt during this time. We take the time to remember the names of our beloveds, their faces, their voices, and the memories that bind them to us in this season. We remember them, recognizing that each of us brings different needs to our grief. Please conjure the images or the voices of your loved ones as I light our first candle. We light our second candle to honor loss and sorrow of all kinds. The loss of relationships, the loss of jobs, the loss of health and wholeness. We pause to gather up the pain and offer it to the holy presence that is larger than ourselves. Each of us bears some emptiness due to loss. All of us have difficult choices to make and a yearning for our true selves to emerge. We light the third candle of this service and remember our own selves during this holiday time. We pause to remember our own limitations and growing edges and to reflect on the fragility of our souls. Through our limitations, we can discover our capabilities. Through our griefs or challenges, we are often surprised by the depth of our own wisdom, by the breadth of our own compassion. And it is through the chaos in our lives that we come to appreciate and seek out order. In recognition of the tension between chaos and order, we sit together for some moments in meditation. inspiration and discouragement. We honor our need to take care of ourselves. Let us also, in these moments, honor our need to take care of others. Thinking about those people in our circle of friends and family who, like us, are experiencing times of messiness or chaos, or maybe even of difficulty. As we sit in meditation, please reflect on or pray about our shared work of healing each other and being companions to each other. Continuing in the spirit of prayer or meditation, I invite you to conjure up a song in your thoughts of care and healing for those around you. If you choose, you can sing that song aloud or sing it just to yourself. You can offer it across space and time to someone who needs healing. Or you may choose to sit silently and allow others to sing their prayer aloud or silently as a way of healing you and others in this sanctuary. All our lives, we are in need, and others are in need of us. Whatever our struggles or pain, whether fresh or chronic, all of us have received the help of others at one time or another. Some of us have been able to continue with our lives only because of someone else's care or support. We light this fourth candle to remember those who have supported and helped us in the past through friendship and love. We pause with thanks to remember those who were strong for us when we lacked strength, and those whose loving care has sustained us. Dr. Albert Schweitzer once said, "At times, our light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us." At this time, I'm going to invite Ian to turn the lights down just a little bit. I invite you forward to light one of the votive candles, which represents your burdens, griefs, sorrows, those things which make Christmas a blue time for you. You may speak the name of the event if you wish to do so as you light the candle. You may also speak the name of a person or event that is helping you through this time of year. After lighting your candle, please return to your seat. For those who are not with us this evening, those feelings that go unnamed, and that which still remains in our heart. We close our ritual with the words of Howard Thurman. Do we have this slide, Ian? Please read with me. I will light candles this Christmas, candles of joy despite all sadness, candles of hope where despair keeps watch, candles of courage for fears ever present, candles of peace for tempest-tossed days, candles of graces to ease heavy burdens, candles of love to inspire all my living, candles that will burn all year long. Our prayer continues in silence.
this song has a lot of different parts, and they can all be sung simultaneously. You can find your part and stick with it, or you can move around. Can you show me this? Oh, the slides are there.
Yes.
Okay. Now they're up there. We'll go through them each twice, and then we'll just keep going and see what happens. Wash me away, so that all that's left is love. Wash me
we extinguish our chalice with the words of the Reverend Wayne Arneson. Take courage, friends. The way is often hard. The path is never clear, and the stakes are very high. Take courage, for deep down there is another truth. You are not alone. Please remain seated for our sung benediction.
Like a ship in the harbor, like a mother and child, like a light in the darkness, I'll hold you a while. We'll rock on the water, I'll cradle you deep and hold you while angels sing you to sleep. Like a ship in the harbor, like a father and child, like a light in the dark.